but who will save her from hunger? My people, this daughter of the soil left the village to go and study the arts of healing. And now she's back. She works 18 hours every day, saving lives, but still earn less than a roadside meat seller. How many lives did you save this week, my daughter?
Obol, I have saved 17 lives, but no transport fare to go home yesterday. I slept at the hospital corridor last night.
This is sad. She wears white for duty, but her stomach knows no color. This is what you call national service. 52,000 naira for a nurse who runs all day saving lives. And we pay bogus amount of money to people who shout yea and nay and the yes have it. Even pepper sellers now earn more consistently than the men and the women who save the dying. Hey, she don't say to. How do you heal the country that refuses to take care of its healers? If we keep pushing our angels into poverty, who will remain to guard our sick beds? The Obol of the curve has spoken. Wise words does not shout. They settle in the stomach. You still there? You never subscribe. You won't make a ball appear for your dream. I beg, subscribe. How can a man be rich? If a man builds a palace and his children sleep on the floor, is he truly wealthy? That is how Nigeria looks on the Human Development Index, HDI.
Obol, what is HDI that people are talking of on the radio and TV?
Good question, my son. HDI is how the world measures if your life is getting better. It's not by loud music or by flyovers, but it's measured by just 3 things. Number 1, life expectancy. How long do people live in Nigeria on the average? Number 2, education. How much schooling do people get? And number 3, income, how much people earn to survive. So, my son, when these three are combined, that is when they know whether a nation is truly growing or not.
Fine. Obol, so where is Nigeria on the list?
My son, I bet you don't want to know. Nigeria is at the bottom. We are 161 out of 191 countries. How can our people live long when our hospitals are without medicine? How can our children learn when our schools have no roof and no pots, no laboratories, and no funds for research? How can a man be rich when his salary buys only sorrow? The country's greatness is not in GDP, but in how her people eat, learn, and how they live. Development is not in asphalt or on the roads. It's not in cutting ribbons. It is in clean water, good schools, and in the dignity of old age, until every Nigerian child eats, learns, and grows freely. We remain rich only on paper, but poor in purpose. The Obol Lopon has spoken. A nation is not truly wealthy until its people can sleep with full stomach. Wise words do not shout, they settle in the stomach. You want more ancestral wisdom and laughs, and you never subscribe? Please subscribe. If not, the ancestors will take away your data. They sell our oil across the ocean. Right here, our ports are empty. We trade black gold and eat dry hunger.
Obol, they say India bought 1 million barrels of oil from Nigeria. We are rich again, Obol.
Rich? Ah, my son, let me ask you. If a tree bears fruit and the farmer starves, is that not madness? Every week, our oil sails away, but our hospitals still remain in darkness. Our mothers die giving birth on metals, and our children study under trees and not roofs. Nigeria produces over 1.8 million barrels of oil daily. Yet, fuel is scarce, where it's available is expensive, forcing other commodities to go up. Power is absent. The roads are graves, and the youth are begging for crumbs. Oil is not the curse, greed is. We have a leadership that exports wealth and imports suffering. We have men in power who drink from diamond cups and give the people rusty plates to feed from. This land, Nigeria, is not poor. It's been plundered. Let no leader speak of patriotism while selling the nation's soul. Return the oil to the people. Turn barrels into boots. Refine integrity before refining crude. The Obol Lopon has spoken. A land that exports its wealth and imports pain is cursed, not by nation, but by the people that led it. Wise words does not shout, they settle in the stomach.
What did you do? What did you do?
And this is how foolishness begins, taking your stubbornness into the clouds. People of Kiko, hear me. In our land today, we see passengers who forget the law of the sky. A lady entered an aircraft and refused to turn off her phone. And she quarreled with the crew and turned anger into violence. Yet, those who handle her, dragging her out in shame, forgot the law of dignity. In the sky, obedience is not a choice, it is survival. To argue with safety is to play with death. But listen well. When one errs, correction must not, and I repeat, must not remove humanity. For what is discipline without dignity? It becomes disgrace and not justice. The phone may be small, but in disobedience, it can shake the heavens. The Obol has spoken. In the air or in the land, wisdom is a true pilot. You still there, you never subscribe. You won't make Obol appear for your dream. I beg, subscribe. My people, hear me. Canada has declared APC and PDP as terrorist organizations. You ask me why? And I ask you, what is terrorism? If not the destruction of lives, the killing of hope, and the silencing of truth? Let us unmask this masquerade. This is not just a channel. This is the village square where truth is spoken and where no masquerade is too mighty to be unmasked. If you believe in truth and wisdom, please subscribe. For here, we do not fear crowns or thrones. We fear only silence. Since 1999, two masquerades have danced on Nigeria's stage, APC and PDP. Now, tell me, was not the same ships that moved from red cap to blue cap? Has poverty reduced? Has the hunger vanished? Year after year, they promise us electricity, and we live in darkness. They promise the youth jobs, and when the jobs come, they sell it. We end up buying our jobs, and our youths have to go abroad to wash plates and dead bodies to survive. They promise us security, yet bandits, herdsmen, kidnappers have taken over the land, walking freely, brandishing AK-47, while they travel on convoy of 30 or more cars and jeeps. My people, when the government fails to protect and instead become the cause of the suffering, is that not terrorism in quote and die? In my village, there was once a rich man who had a young man. Instead of feeding the people with the yam, he hid it from them. He washed, and the children cried, and some even died of starvation. Now, when the villagers confronted him, he said, I did not kill the children, hunger did. But I ask you, who created the hunger? APC and PDP may not be carrying AK-47, but by stealing resources meant for the people and looting billions, and also by collapsing the hospitals and schools, APC and PDP have killed more than bullets could ever count. That is why a nation abroad looked and said to APC and PDP, this is organized terror dressed in politics. Canada did not call them APC and PDP terrorist organizations because of tribal wars or religion. No, they call them terrorist organizations because their mission has birthed insecurity, poverty, and migration. Is it not true that millions of people, professionals and non-professionals, have fled this land like refugees of war? Is it not true that many have died on their way to Libya, in the deserts, and in the Mediterranean Sea, seeking bread abroad, because APC and PDP have destroyed the bakeries home? This, my people, is slow motion terrorism. The one that does not explode in seconds, but the one that eats you, your children, and your grandchildren for decades to come. My people, let no man deceive you. Guns does not make terrorists. Wickedness in power does, until the people say enough is enough and stop selling our votes for rice, oil, and soap. The same masquerades will keep dancing and squeezing our necks. Remember, when leaders eat yams, it's the people that choke on the peel. The Obol Lopon has spoken. This voice carries not my own anger, but the grief of generations unborn. Once a king, now a culprit. What happens when the crown loses its conscience? In the next few minutes, I'll show you how Obal Joseph Oloyede fell from throne to prison, and how justice followed him across the oceans. And I know how titles, blind judgments, and shield corruption. Stay with me. At the end, I shall be asking, is crown above the law, or should justice wear no crown? This is not just a channel. This is the village square, where truth is spoken, and where your masquerade is too mighty to be unmasked. If you believe in truth and wisdom, please subscribe. For here, we do not fear crowns or thrones. We fear only silence. My people, listen. The earth is shaken. A throne once covered in gold is now covered in shame. And Oba now sits behind the iron bars, not by war and not by famine, but by judgment of man's law. Now tell me, my people, what is stronger, the beads of royalty or the gavel of justice? My people, listen. Let truth be plain today. This is not gossip. This is record. Oba Joseph Olubenga Oloyede sat on a throne that will have guarded tradition when COVID-19 came and the world cried for help. He and his accomplice chose deceit. They filed false cases of unemployment benefits, forged identities, and drained over $4.2 million, money meant for struggling families in America. Money that should have bought food, medicine, and brought relief to Americans was diverted into greedy hands. The U.S. courts said enough, and on August 26, 2025, the U.S. courts slammed him a 56-month jail term. And he has to surrender $4.4 million and also forfeit his luxury apartment abroad. He thought himself too royal to be caught, but fraud does not bow to beats. Even kings sign their names on crime. He wore the crown in Ipetumodu here in Nigeria. But in Uncle Sam's land, he's wearing orange from Oba to inmates, just like that. He wore the crown when you steal bread from the hungry. You do not just break the law, you break humanity. And even the palace walls cannot hide that. Just like that. Let this be a lesson. A crown without conscience is a curse. Leadership is not for plunder, but for protection and fraud. No matter who commits it, leaves a trail that justice will follow, even across the oceans. The Obol has spoken. Those who fear the mirror and those with unwashed hands, leaves a trail that justice will follow, even across the oceans. The man has 3 stomachs, but one of them is never satisfied. And those with unwashed hands, leaves a trail that justice will follow. My people, listen well. A man is not ruled by one stomach. He carries 3. The first stomach sits right here, the mind. This stomach feeds on books, wisdom, good counsel, and experience. This stomach is responsible for paying your bills and guarding your destiny. The second stomach sits right here. This stomach feeds on food, water, paying your bills, exercise, and rest. Carrying your destiny. Without this stomach, even skins will collapse like termites in the rain. Pets, there is a third stomach. Exercise and rest. And this one, without this stomach, even skins, it is fed like termites by sex, lust, and desire. And hear me, Glenn, there is a third stomach. It is this stomach that never gets full. You can feed it today, it is fed. Tomorrow, and even next week, it will still cry for more, like a baby at midnight. And this is where many men lost the balance. You overfeed the third stomach, while the first stomach starves. The stomach of wisdom starves. And the second stomach of health gets weak. Now tell me, how can a man chase kingdom when his compass is buried in tights of wisdom? And how can a warrior fight when his belly is sick and his loins are fat? Now mark my words. The man who lets the third stomach to lead will soon walk in the marketplace of shame. So feed in this order: mind first, body second, and lust last. But to go without engine will scatter the road. Remember, the wise man is not the man with the biggest appetites, but the man who is able to control portions. The Obol Lopon has spoken. Wise words does not shout. They settle the stomach. The biggest appetites, but the man who is able to control portions. The Obol Lopon has spoken. Wise words does not shout. My people, hear wisdom. Every man marries 3 wives, whether he knows it or not. The first wife is wealth. She is beautiful and glittering like gold.
What?
Men shave her, polish her, and boast of her. But the jade gets not to run, to not even follow you to the graveyard. The second wife is family. Sweet wife, loving children, and loyal friends. They weep at your funeral. They cry at the burial. They even follow the coffin to the burial ground. But that's where they stop. They weep at your funeral. They cry at the burial. Oh, Lopon has spoken. A foolish man invests in shadows, while a wise man invests in stones. Invest in shadows, while a wise man invests in stones. Invest in shadows, while a wise man invests in stones. Every man has 2 bank accounts. The first is the bank of earth, every man, and that is your salary, your savings, and your assets. But before I continue, I have this word from the ancestors. And the foolish man will watch and see. But the wise man will subscribe to the channel for more wisdom. Alright, let's continue. This bank of earth will subscribe can be stolen, destroyed, or even devalued in one night. The second bank is the bank of heaven and conscience. This bank holds your kindness, your honesty, and your deeds. This bank never forgets the deposits. It pays interest long after you are gone. But here is the tragedy. Many men are billionaires in the bank of earth, but paupers in the bank of heaven. They drive in gold cars, but they will beg in the gates of eternity. So I say, make daily transfers. Let your wealth on the earth turn to your account in heaven. The Obol Lopon has spoken. Riches that cannot cause death in heaven are poverty in disguise. Riches, power is not given in Nigeria. It is cooked, served, and sometimes stolen. Welcome to the school of politics, where I, Obol, shall be exposing the real syllabus of Nigeria politics, not the one you read in government textbooks. No, but the one written in betrayal, loyalty, money, and survival. I have seen kings reduced to pawns, and pawns rise to power. Because in this game, wisdom fits you more than titles. So, sharpen your minds, my people. Because in this class, you are going to know why the stomach votes before the head in politics. Lesson 1 begins now. Before the head in politics. Lesson 1 begins before they taste your manifesto. They must first taste your rights. Today, I'll be exposing why politicians often serve jollof rice before serving policies. I have seen kings fall because their people's stomach is empty. Even the throne cannot silence hunger. Stay with me. At the end, I'll be asking, should we be voting with our stomachs or our future, my people? Let me tell you the secret that no politician will tell you. Stomach is the first manifesto of the politician. When the stomach cries, the ear refuses to hear anything. You can shout GDP, HDI, infrastructure, and education from now to tomorrow, and no one will listen. That is why during campaigns, rice becomes currency. That is why oil becomes banks, and seasoning cubes becomes ATM. During campaigns, they will not share roads. They will not also share jobs, but they will share rice. Because why? Rice has faster network than manifesto. Fire share taught us this in the city. He said, let them eat first. They will hear me later. And that was what they did. They ate and voted for him. That cost them 4 good years of silence. Do you remember in 2019 where faces of politicians were branded on bags of rice? Some Nigerians even cook the faces together with the rice. They failed. If it fails us tomorrow, at least we will enter our pot today. But here is the danger. The rice feeds you for a day. But the government bad policies starves you for years to come. The roads you refused to demand today because he presented commerce to you. One day, flood will come and sweep your house away. The hospital you ignored because of a bag of garri. One day it will bury you, my people. When you exchange your votes for rice, you are selling your own tomorrow. 1 cup of rice today will cost you 4 years of no job, 4 years of no hospitals, 4 years of no good roads, and 4 years of no future. My good people will create jobs, will end poverty, and 4 years of organic grammar. Just drop rice or anything when you carry in money, drop am. Manifesto, no dey so garri. That is how they trick you. You cannot download future with hunger data. So I ask you today, is your destiny or say at the price of a plate of rice, or your children's future equal to 1 t-shirt and a sachet oil? The wise man does not allow his stomach to choose his leader. But the stomach is short-sighted. Death, the mind sees far. The Obol Lopon has spoken. A man who sells his votes for a plate of rice today will find out that the hunger returns. Yet, the bad leader remains. Will find out that the hunger returns. Yet, the bad leader remains. Power has no permanent owner, only permanent tenants. In politics, the throne is not always for the king. It is for the kingmaker. Today, I shall be revealing why every governor has a godfather and why their quarrel always shake the states more than the voice of the opposition. I have watched princes rise and fall, not because of enemies, but because of the hands that lifted them. Stay with me. At the end, I shall be asking, is loyalty to the Godfather stronger than loyalty to the people? I shall be asking, is loyalty, my people? Let me open the scroll of politics. In Nigeria, when you see a governor smiling, look behind him. There's a bigger man who placed him there, and that is what they call Godfather politics. There's a bigger man. The Godfather does not contest elections. That is what they call Godfather politics. He does not stand in the sun for campaigns. He only whispers. He does not. This is my boy. John is my boy. I send him to school. He doesn't know how to spell John. And boom, John becomes the governor. Look at River State today. Nelson Wike becomes the Godfather. Sing tomorrow, the Godson. When the Godfather coughs, the state assembly sneezes. And when the Godson frowns, Port feels the heat. The people voted yes. But the quarrel of two men shakes the entire state more than the votes of millions. Godfather politics is sweet at the beginning. The Godsons bows, and the Godfather smiles, and the people clap, thinking peace has arrived. But when ambition grows, trouble begins. For the Godfather says, I made you, therefore you must serve me. And the Godson whispers, you help me, but now I am the king. And this is the eternal clash. Gratitude versus freedom. And when two elephants fight, it is the people that suffer the stampede. My son, don't worry, just be loyal. I will make you the governor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My passion. My destiny helper. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. After swearing in, the Godson says, I am no longer your boy, John. Have you not? I am now the leader. I am no longer your boy, John. Have you not? Suddenly, I am now the leader. Father and son become landlord and tenants. Suddenly, I am now, and the rent is now being paid with loyalty. From Anambra to Oyo State, Lagos to Kano State, we have seen this drama play out again and again. Tinubu of Lagos and Ambode, Obasanjo and the governors of the old PDP. Godfather politics does not stop. It only changes uniform. The question is never whether the Godson will fight back. The question always is when. And when that day comes, the whole nation becomes audience to a family quarrel. So I ask you, in democracy, should one man control the throne of millions? Or should the Godfather interests be heavier than the hunger of the people? For if the Godson serves only the Godfather, then who will serve the citizens? The Obol Lopon has spoken. He who serves only the Godfather and forgets his people, builds his throne on sand. And the best way to wash it away, builds his throne on sand. And the best way to wash it away, builds his throne on sand. Politics is the only school where betrayal is a graduation requirement. In politics, loyalty is praised, where betrayal is rewarded. Let me show you why every politician keeps two faces, one for loyalty and the other for betrayal. Stay with me to the end, for I shall be revealing why betrayal is not always evil in politics. It may be survivor. Why betrayal is not always evil. My people listen. Loyalty, survivor. It's like Gary. It fills the stomach. Birds cannot buy meat. Why betrayal is like pepper. It's dangerous. Birds as flavor to the soup. A man who is too loyal in politics may remain a servant forever. But the man who knows how to betray at the right time will suddenly become a governor. If already a governor, he will be elected as a free governor. Second time, take Obasanjo and Atiku, for example, father and son in the villa. Atiku was very loyal until ambition set in. Suddenly, the loyalty turned to betrayal until ambition and their quarrel became national history. What about Tinubu and Ambode? Ambode was not able to do second term because loyalty became betrayal and he couldn't handle it. Till today, the fight between Obasanjo and Atiku still cast a shadow in our politics. Lesson in politics, loyalty is never permanent. Only interests are. I will never betray you. I'm your boy forever. But 2 years later, the same man switches to another camp and shouts, "Our time has come." 2 years later, the old man must rest. Switches to another in politics and shouts, "A man may be loyal in the morning, betrayal in the afternoon, and reconcile at night, all in one day." Look at Buhari's yes in power. Many who rode with him to Aso Rock turned against each other. Cabals, fighting cabals. Loyalists, plotting against royalists. Was it betrayal or was it survival? Because in politics, when food is not enough on the table, loyalty begins to dry up. Now hear these truths. Loyalty in politics is not a person, but for interest. If your interest aligns with mine, we are brothers. But if it shifts, it's only a matter of time before betrayal is set. This is why politicians usually smile together in public, but sharpen their knives in private. That handshake you see today, the tongue will stab tomorrow. My brother, let's remain loyal. We are together in this. Okay? Down with him. His time has expired. We won't change. Down with him. My people, betrayal is just loyalty that changed uniform. This is why you see governors dumping taxes overnight. Senators cross carpets like masquerades, changing costume. They tell you it's for ideology. No, it is because their survival is threatened. In politics, a man will betray his mentor if that will allow him breathe air for tomorrow. So I ask you, is betrayal really evil? Or is it the school fees of politics? And is loyalty really loyalty if it lasts only till ambition grows? Let's have your thoughts on the comment section. The Obol Lopon has spoken. In politics, loyalty is a drum, betrayal is a drumbeat, and only the wise knows when to dance. Betrayal is a drumbeat, and only the wise knows when to dance. Betrayal is a drumbeat, and only the wise knows when to dance. Peace for killers, prison for dreamers. What madness rules this land for killers? Tonight, I will show you how Nigeria shakes hands with the man who spilled blood. Tonight, but shame a man who dreamed of freedom without a sword. I have followed this dance of hypocrisy from Biafra's cries to the whispers of Abuja's corridors. Stay with me. At the end, I shall be asking, is justice blind to Nigeria? Or does it see only tribal marks? Is justice blind to Nigeria? My people, gather around. prison. Not long ago, Abuja signed a peace deal with men who held rifles against our people. Terrorists trained in blood, and Abuja called it dialogue. Yes, there sits another prisoner, Nnamdi Kanu. Did he carry a gun? Did he slaughter a village? No. He only spoke of Biafra and asked for a referendum. His weapon was words. Yes, chains are his rewards. His weapon was now tell me. Yes, when the dreams become crime.
Have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
And murderers become peace partners. The good thief is paraded on national TV. Yes, those who slaughter cows and kill innocent people dine with the president and the governors. This land, this land loves to honor murderers and punish thinkers. Imagine his madness. If tomorrow now I carry cutlass or my small gun now, they will quick call me for settlements, for Aso Rock. But if I carry the right freedom, they will carry me to Kuje prison. My people, peace without justice is surrender. Nigeria has surrendered to terrorists. If Nigeria shakes hands with those who kill, then why shame a man who never fired the bullets? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Should Nnamdi Kanu be freed? Or is justice in Nigeria a masquerade that dances only for the path? The Obol Lopon has spoken. Vice West does not shout. He is settled in the middle. My people, if you want to know if a government is good, don't listen to their slogans. Look at the price of food on your table.